The Speaker of the Senate, currently presiding over the business of the Senate, has directed that the quorum bell is rung for 10 minutes to allow senators yet to make their way into the chamber this afternoon to do exactly that, for the House to have the requisite number to commence business this afternoon. And as we await for that signal, on standing orders of the Senate, standing orders number 53, subsection 1, nominated Senator Crystal Sige, is set to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Matters Roads, Transportation and Housing regarding the recognition and the respect of white cane users on Kenyan roads. The Senate leader of the majority party is this afternoon set to table the Office of the Auditor General Annual Corporate Report for the financial year 2023-2024. Well, that notwithstanding, the Senate Business Committee has approved the tentative business for Wednesday morning, being the reading of the charges on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of His Excellency Rigathi Gachaguas, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. The same matter has also been gazetted for hearing on Wednesday and Thursday this week. This has been published pursuant to Standing Orders number 43, subsection 1 of the Senate. The County Government's Additional Allocations Bill, Senate Bills number 19 of the year 2024, is lined up for consideration. The House will equally consider the progress report of the Standing Committee on Matters National Cohesion, Equal Opportunity and Regional Integration into the inquiry on the diversity and inclusivity of staff, a composition of state agencies in Kenya. This is a report by the Chairperson, Standing Committee on Matters National Cohesion, Equal Opportunities and Regional Integration, that the House adopts the progress report of the committee into an inquiry on matters diversity and inclusivity in the staff composition of state agencies in Kenya. The committee laid its report on the 3rd of October this year. Allow me to hand you over back to the chamber. Good afternoon.
Clerk, you may proceed to call the first order, please.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair. Order number 3, messages.
Just hold it, Clerk. I think there's one communication. Honorable Senators, would like to acknowledge the presence in the Speaker's Gallery this afternoon of a visiting delegation from the Parliament of Uganda. The honorable members also serve in the network of African women ministers, caucus under the Health and Budget Committee. I request each member of the delegation to stand when called out so that you may be acknowledged in the Senate tradition. The Honorable Dr. Bukenya Michael is a Member of Parliament. The Honorable Mkaye Miriam, also Member of Parliament. Now, Honorable Senators, in our usual tradition of receiving and welcoming visitors to Parliament, I extend a warm welcome to the delegation and on behalf of the Senate, and on behalf, wish them a fruitful visit. I will allow the Majority Leader to extend a word of welcome under 1 minute, and thereafter Senator Hamida also to extend a word of welcome under 1 minute, in that order.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of our colleagues, I welcome the visiting delegation from the Parliament of Uganda, a very friendly neighbor that we have a long-standing, deep relationship with. Mr. Speaker, not that bias is allowed, but Ugandans and Kenyans have very deep-seated friendship that is tested many times by many things, but has stood the test of time over the years. And therefore, if there was a definition of good neighborliness, Uganda fits the bill, Mr. Speaker. And we celebrate these colleagues of ours. If you notice, Mr. Speaker, when I was walking in, I walked in with a spring because we have practiced this time in the East African Parliamentary Games. The only team that we haven't beaten in football for the last few years is Uganda. But this year, I want to send these members to my good friends, Honorable Nsereko, Panadol, Mbaka Temwa, Minister Ogwang. Tell them this time in Mombasa, Uganda will see fire. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Oliotia Kare, Oliotia Nyabo, Sebo, welcome to Kenya. Kenya is your country, and of course, you know, we all enjoy the border, and everything that is in Uganda is in Kenya, except the matokes. The matokes, yes, but the matokes in Uganda you can't compare. We welcome you to Parliament. This is, of course, the Senate is a house of peace, and they always call us an upper house. We enjoy the tranquility. I hope you'll enjoy your session here, and we wish you all the best. Kindly send our regards to our colleagues the other side. Thank you very much. Welcome again.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
The Senate Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the Senate today, Tuesday, the 15th of October, 2024. This is the Office of the Auditor General Annual Corporate Report for the financial year 2023-2024. Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, questions and statements.
Statement pursuant to Standing Order 53-1, the Honorable Senator Christo Lasig.
Thank you very much, Speaker. First of all, Speaker, I would like to wish yourself, colleagues, senators, and as well the blind and visually impaired community listening in Kenya, a happy International White Cane Safety Day, which is commemorated today. Mr. Speaker, sir, International White Cane Safety Day is celebrated annually on the 15th of October, where the white cane, or also known as a guide cane, is recognized as an important mobility tool for blind and visually impaired people. It is a symbol of safety, Speaker, independence, and respect for the inherent dignity of the blind and low vision community. Article 54 of the Constitution, as you know, on accessible environments for persons with disabilities, PWDs, and Articles 3, 9 and 20 of the principles enshrined in the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, that's the UN CRPD, also stipulate the obligation on the inclusion of accessible spaces for white cane users. Sustainable Development Goal number 11 on accessible cities and human settlements further buttress these principles. International White Cane Safety Day is, pardon me, Speaker. Mr. Speaker, cognizant of the lack of proper regard by motorists and other road users for the role that the white cane represents, and in a bid to support and better promote awareness of the needs and challenges faced by us white cane users in Kenya, it is necessary for certain actions to be taken. To this end, Speaker, it has become imperative that the National Transport and Safety Authority and the National Construction Authority and the Kenya Roads Board fully adopt universal design standards and principles in our transport systems and across the built environments. In this statement, Speaker, this committee should explain any measures taken by the Ministry of Roads and Transport and the KRB to facilitate the development and enforcement of globally universal designed regulations across Kenya's roads networks, to provide essential safety for blind and visually impaired persons. Outline any steps taken by KRB and NCA to ensure the construction of tactile markers, consistency in working street lights, sonic traffic lights, drop curbs across the country, safe crossing points on our roads, frequency in clear disabled parking slots, and universally designed walkways that facilitate the safe use of white cane users countrywide. And finally, state the strategies the ministry has put in place to sensitize and train motorists to yield the right of way to every white cane user, and to further develop and adequate awareness programs on the white cane as a form of non-motorized transport, NMT, within the National Driving Training Curriculum, and to ensure all motorists and traffic authorities adhere to traffic rules to keep blind and visually impaired persons safe on the roads. I thank you.
The Chairperson Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations, you had a report to lay on the table. You may proceed to lay the report. Senator Bass, are you ready to lay the paper? All right, proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper, report of the Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations, Amendment Bill number 12 of 2024. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Next order, clerk.
Order number 8, motion, report of the Kenya delegation to the 147th and 148th assemblies of the Interparliamentary Union, IPU, and related meetings held in Luanda, Angola, from 23rd to 27th October 2023, and in Geneva, Switzerland, from 23rd to 27th March 2024.
Order, honorable senators. For those of you who are standing, please take your seat. Now, honorable clerk, before I put the question, kindly confirm that indeed we have the requisite quorum pursuant to Standing Order 42? We do? Now, honorable senators, I'll proceed to put the question that the Senate notes the report of the Kenya delegation to the 147th and 148th Assemblies of the Interparliamentary Union, IPU, and related meetings held in Luanda, Angola from the 23rd to 27th of October 2023 and laid on the table of the Senate on Thursday, the 29th of February 2024. And 2, Geneva, Switzerland from the 23rd to the 27th of March 2024 and laid on the table of the Senate on Thursday, the 30th May of 2024. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And Senator Fernandez, you cannot vote both ways. Next order.
Order number 9, the Political Parties Amendment number 2 bill, Senate Bills number 26 of 2024, second reading division.
That order is deferred. Next order.
Order number 10, the Election Offences Amendment number 2 bill, Senate Bills number 28 of 2024, second reading division.
The Majority Leader, kindly approach the chair. Thank you. Next order.
Order number 11, motion, consideration of the National Assembly amendments to the County Government's Additional Allocations Bill, Senate Bills number 19 of 2024.
Clerk, have you called order number 10? Okay. So that order is, do we have the chairperson? Standing Committee on Finance and Budget. Senator Boni, you may proceed to move. Senator Boni, proceed to move the motion, please.
Order number 11. Oh, give me the wrong one. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise to move motion number 11 on the order paper, being consideration of the National Assembly amendments to the County Government's Additional Allocations Bill, Senate Bills number 19 of 2024, on behalf of the Chairperson of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget, that the National Assembly amendments to the County Government's Additional Allocations Bill, Senate Bill number 19 of 2024, be now considered. Mr. Speaker, we were assist of this matter, and we've been able, Mr. Speaker, to go through all the steps in accordance with our mandate. And Mr. Speaker, I would like to thank all the 9 members of the committee for the commitment to the work that was before us. And Mr. Speaker, in view of what is going on, Mr. Speaker, the minds of many of my colleagues have now been switched into, Mr. Speaker, the forthcoming motion on the impeachment of the Deputy President of Kenya. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I would like to take this opportunity to make it light for everybody and just request all of them to familiarize themselves with this report and, if possible, to agree with the committee and pass it without proposals for any amendment. Mr. Speaker, I invite the distinguished senator from Mombasa, Senator Wakili Faki, to second my motion. Mheshimiwa Spika, asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii kuunga mkono ripoti ya kamati ya fedha na bajeti ya bunge hili kuhusiana na sheria ya additional allocations, county additional allocations bill. Mheshimiwa Spika, kamati iliangalia marekebisho ambayo yalikuwa yamependekezwa na bunge la kitaifa kuhusiana na mswada huu wa sheria, na tukaona kwamba bunge la kitaifa lilifanya makosa kuhusiana na masuala hayo. Kwanza ni kuwa walipunguza fedha ambazo zinatoka katika serikali ya kitaifa kuja katika serikali za kaunti. Jambo la pili ni kuwa hata zile fedha ambazo wanakusanya kwa niaba ya kaunti zetu, kwa mfano faini ambazo zinalipwa kwa makosa yanayohusiana na sheria za kaunti ambazo inakusanywa na mahakama, zile pia wamezipunguza. Mheshimiwa Spika, fedha hizi ni fedha ambazo zinastahili kwenda katika mfuko wa serikali zetu za kaunti, kwa zile serikali ambazo zina mahakama. Kwa mfano, kaunti ya Mombasa kuna mahakama, hapa Nairobi kuna mahakama ambayo inatekeleza ama simamia mashtaka yale ambayo yanafanyika kuhusiana na sheria za kaunti. Kwa mfano, mtu anajenga nyumba bila ya kuchukua kibali cha kaunti, ama makosa kama ya vile ya wafanyabiashara kuendeleza biashara bila ya leseni. Kwa hiyo Mheshimiwa Spika, pesa hizo zinatakana zije mikononi moja kwa moja kwa kaunti zetu, lakini fedha zile zimeweza kuzuiliwa na serikali za kaunti, na hivyo basi pesa hizo sasa haziwezi kuja katika kaunti zetu. Na Mheshimiwa Spika, kuna malumbukizi ya pesa hizi. Kuna malumbukizi ya pesa hizi. Kwa hivyo wakikataa, wakisema kwamba pesa hizo ziondolewe katika orodha ya fedha ambazo zinakuja kwa kaunti zetu, inakuwa ni makosa kwa kaunti zetu, Mheshimiwa Spika, kuweza kutekeleza majukumu yake. Mheshimiwa Spika, naunga mkono ripoti hii na ningeomba bunge hili liweze kuikubali na kuipitisha, kwa sababu inatoa mwelekeo kuhusiana na vile ambavyo kaunti zetu zitaweza kupata fedha. Kwa hususan Mheshimiwa Spika, tukiangalia kwa sasa karibu kwa zaidi ya miezi minne sasa serikali zetu za kaunti haziweza kupata fedha kwa sababu msaada wa fedha wa mwaka 2024-2025 uliweza kufutiliwa mbali. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Spika, hii sheria ambayo tulikuwa tumepitisha ingesaidia pakubwa kuweza kuhakikisha kwamba zile fedha ndogo ndogo ambazo zilikuwa zimepangwa kupelekwa zimeweza kupelekwa. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii.
Senator Sotsi, kindly take your seat. Honorable Senators, I will now propose the question that the National Assembly amendments to the County Government's Additional Allocations Bill, Senate Bills number 19 of 2024, be now considered. The floor is now open. The Honorable Senator Olekina Ledama.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me begin by saying that this House shall fight for devolution. You know, it's a bit hypocritical that in this era, we are talking about devolution, devolving funds to our counties, talking about accountability.
Senator
Yet,
Fernandez,
Mr. Speaker,
may the Senator Fonaro be heard in silence.
It seems as though the national government, perpetuated by the National Assembly, is eager to make sure that they deny county governments money. Mr. Speaker, the distinguished senator from Mandera and his committee have continuously reminded this House that when it comes to the issues of resources, all of us must stand firm and reject in totality the work which is done by the National Assembly. Mr. Speaker, our county governments have got roads, you know, feeder roads. We talk about a county like Narok, which is one of the counties that feeds this nation. Our feeder roads, we produce almost 80% of the wheat in this country. Our feeder roads are dilapidated. And now, Mr. Speaker, the National Assembly comes in and decides those additional grants, they are not worth it. Seriously, I think somebody has got to drill some sense into the minds of our colleagues in the National Assembly who are really negating on their role of representation. It doesn't matter whether you represent citizens from the National Assembly or from the county. Ultimately, the county governments are the ones that will develop this nation. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to beseech all of us that the road maintenance levy fund is very, very important. This is a fund that has continued to help our communities. I can see, Anita, you okay? All right. So I think all of us sitting here, you need to remember Article 123. You vote by delegation. You need to remember that if you come here and not think about your county will continue suffering. As long as I'm here and God has given me air to breathe, I will always make sure that I fight for more monies to go to my counties. Because I want to see roads from Mount Narok being repaired. When you go there, you'll find that counties will tell you, we have no money to fix these roads because the National Assembly has removed these roads. So this is the time that we now redefine devolution. What is devolution? Every time we sit here and we lament, and then when a motion comes from the National Assembly, we are quick to pass it. This is an opportunity for us to be able to put our foot down even for those who will go into mediation.